OpenAI just released their new feature called Agent Kit, which allows us to create autonomous AI agents all within one platform. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works, how you can set it up step by step, and also what this means for the other no-code platforms like N10 and Make.com. And if this is your first time here, my name is Michele, and over the past 12 months, I've helped over 40 businesses implement these sort of AI solutions and taught over 17,000 people in the process, all starting with zero technical knowledge. With that being said, let's dive in. All right, so for you to access the OpenAI AI agents, you have to go to platform.openai.com/agent builder, and you'll come on this page right here. Again, you can also find the agent builder here. And on this page right here, at first glance, we get access to templates. Now, templates is sort of like the N10 templates, the Make.com templates, the Zapier templates. They're just there for us to get an idea or some inspiration to use to then build our own. So let's say I go to the customer service template. If I go here, I'm introduced to this workflow or this AI agent. Now this right here is how the actual build platform UI looks like. Now I'm going to explain exactly what this is in the next part, so don't worry. Now the way that this works is that we start here. It classifies the actual email in this case, I would assume, and it classifies it based on whether it's a return item, cancel subscription, or get information, or something else. And then it routes it to the right agent based on the categorization, and then we finish the workflow by approving it. So this right here is a very simple workflow that they built that we can use as inspiration when actually building our own. All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to press create here, and you will get on this page. So as you can see, this is where we can start creating the actual agent. Now I'm going to start by explaining this. So the first thing is the agent. The agent is, let me just switch here, delete, and go here. I can start adding node. So I can press here. And the agent is my favorite feature out of this whole thing. And it's the reason why this exists. It's because of the agents. And the agent has a name, has instructions, which we can also use AI for. So I can say, you're a helpful, intelligent customer service assistant that helps me answer questions about my company. And once I go here, I can press create. And now AI is making the prompt, which is great, especially for the people who can't write structured prompts or even to save time on writing prompts. Because typically you would just go to ChatGPT anyways. And as you can see here, if I zoom in, this wrote a fully optimized prompt that I can use, which is great. Then we have include chat history. So yes, we have memory, and this would replace the memory tool in the N10 AI agent. We can choose the models. So we have a ton of models here. And OpenAI actually recommends they use GPT-5 because it is the most recommended one for this AI agent and the one that works the best. We have the reasoning effort. So when we're doing something that's higher reasoning, higher effort, we just put high or medium or low or minimal. And then we have tools right here. I move myself to the left because I want to show you this in detail. The first one is ChatKit. So you can use a client tool and it's the way that we actually deploy the actual agent. Then we have MCP server. As you can see here, you can connect it to the OpenAI connectors and also the third-party connectors, or you can use your own server. Typically, I would use something called root.app to connect to our MCP, but I'll make another video showing you exactly how you can do that. But in this case, just know that you can connect to MCPs, which are basically softwares that allow us to tap into all our softwares at once without us having to connect each one individually. Right? Then we have the file search. So this is in case you want to add in any files to connect to the AI agent for us to scan through to find any information, which I'll show you exactly how we can use that. Then we have web search right here, which allows us to actually filter out which websites we want to scan through the information from, in case you want to only scan through relevant sources, for example. And you also have the user's location by country, region, city, time zone, and search context size. So all these fields are for us to actually scrape the web as a tool. Then we have the code interpreter, which allows us to use code. And then we have function and we have custom as well. So these are two local fields that allow us to manipulate data and just use function formulas and custom formulas as well. And then we have the output format, which is a way for us to, I guess, control the type of output that we get from the AI agent. In this case, it can be text, it can be JSON, and it can also be widget in case you're using ChatKit. And then you also have a bunch more features here, right? Like verbosity, summary, you have display response in chat, show recent sources, continue an error. So you can also put this on and you can do a similar thing that you can in N10. So if this is successful, then you go one way. If this is an error, then we go the other way, which is good. And then we can also write to conversation history. So these are all fields that we can use within AI agent, but just know that this AI agent is there as a step for us to take action on whatever it is that we want to do. Then we have end. So we can drag this across and this will basically end the actual automation or AI agent workflow in this case. Then we have note. So this is actually quite similar to the one in N10 as we can put notes. So one, search through files. which allows us to be more organized. I really like this feature from N10 and also this right here, because then we're able to document our automations and workflows in a much more efficient way. Then we have also file search. I mentioned this can also be a tool in the agent feature, but it can also be a step in the actual workflow. So we can hook this up right here. Let me actually delete the thing right here. Continue error. We make it one step. So in case we have to start, it goes to the AI agent. The AI agent does its own task, and then we search through the files, and then we do something else. Then we have guardrails. So guardrails is actually quite interesting, the way that they actually added here, because the one thing about AI agents is that not everything is secure and private. And so the one thing that OpenAI thought of is, how do we make something that allows us to be able to make things more secure? So if I go to guardrails inside, I can see here that based on the input as text, so in this case, the input would be the thing that you just type to the actual AI agent, where here we can manipulate the data that goes in and then the data that goes to the next step. And so in this case, we can say, hey, let's detect sensitive personal data and block the request before it reaches the model. So we can block anything from IP address, credit card number, US passport number, US bank account number. So all these different fields, even the UK, NHS, Spanish NIF number, a bunch of fields that would be sensitive data. And in the case that you don't want this being leaked or you don't want this being passed in the actual agent feature, then you can add this right here to block it. And if you press select all entities, that means the AI agent will identify what this is a personal detail that obviously goes into one of these, and then it does not send it through. It keeps everything secure. Then you also have moderation. So moderation is in case we want to moderate the information that's going through, in case this is sexual content, hate and harassment, and self-harm, violence, and a bunch more other stuff that we don't want going through. Jailbreak. So this has to do with safety rules with AI. Then we have hallucination. So we know AI hallucinates quite a lot. So we want to increase this as much as possible. So you can manipulate the confidence threshold, which then impacts the hallucination from the AI agent. Then we have continue on error right here, which also allows us to be able to pass, fail, and error. Where I have 3 different options as well, which is actually great when we want to debug some sort of automation. Then right here, we have the MCP. So the MCP allows us to be able to connect different servers and different softwares to the AI agent. Then we have if or else. This is a condition. So you say, hey, data goes here. If the data is this, then you go here. If the data is that, then you go there, right? Then you have while. So this is a condition right here. We can put an expression here. So we loop while a condition is true. So we just keep going based on that condition. We have user approval. So this is a human in the loop agent, which I'll show you exactly what this looks like. Then we have transform, and then we also have set state, which allows us to manipulate data. So we get data and we change it based on how we want it. All right, so I just deleted this whole thing. Let me actually start building something out. So let's build a chatbot that can retrieve information about our company based on a PDF document that we give the AI agent. So the first step is start. So this is the input as text. This is the thing. If I go preview, there's a thing that I give it. So hello, this will be the input as text. As you can see, it just ran. And the next step would have to be the AI agent. So new node, and I like the way that it looks. I can press here and we can go here. Now, I don't like the fact that it doesn't show up here. I have to always come back here, but it's fine. And we can name this company chatbot. And let me put the instructions. So I said, you're a helpful, intelligent customer support assistant that allows us to be able to answer any questions about our company based on documents that we give you. It's a pretty bad prompt, but now we're using AI to actually make the prompt for us that's optimized for this specific thing. Now, the good thing about using these tools to generate prompts is that they know what it's like to have a good prompt for that specific type of agent. And so that's why we would use this. So we say this, output format, reasoning, conclusion, examples. Perfect. We're safe. We can include chat history. The model will be GPT-5. The reasoning effort, let's put low. I think that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. And in this case, for the tool, we can add file search. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it this document right here, which is the Novamart e-commerce knowledge base and FAQs, which has general information about the company, account and logins, orders and checkouts. We have the shipping and delivery, returns and refunds, and a bunch more information about the actual company that we can then chat to and ask questions about without us having to go to the document itself. So if I go here, upload, I can upload this. And now this is going to be vectorized. So the actual document is going to be turned into numbers because that's how the system works in the backend, which then allows it to be able to retrieve information when we ask it any questions. So I can put attach, and this will now add the file right here. I should have probably named it. And now all we have to do is actually go to preview. and test this. And I can say, let's see, are your products authentic? I'll copy this question. Let me copy this. And it should say, yes, they're 100% authentic, sourced directly from trusted manufacturers and distributors. So I can paste this. And now what it's doing is that it's calling this tool right here. As you can see, it's going like this. And we can see the way that it's reasoning throughout this. So in the file, it's searching through this different questions, the reasoning as well. So we get to see the way that it thinks. And the conclusion in this case is going to be, yes, our products are 100% authentic, sourced directly from trusted manufacturers and distributors, which is exactly what we had here. So again, this would act as a RAG agent. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. That's right. And it basically makes it so that we can retrieve information from some sort of document, which is great. So let's say now I ask it, do you charge sales tax? And it says it's only applied based on state and country regulations. So I can say, do you charge state tax? And what it's doing again is it's going to go inside here to be able to then reason and give us an answer. Conclusion, yes, sales tax is applied according to your state and country. And again, I don't think I like the reasoning here. I think it's fine if I see it here, but not here. And this can be simply changed with the prompt, so it's fine, but we got the answer. Now let's say I wanted to add a human in the loop tool. I can go here. I can then drag this across, new node. I can then put user approval and a message. So user approval is fine. This is basically saying, okay, we get the output. Do I approve? And then do we send it to the next step? Well, in this case, I can describe to show, let's say, pause for human to approve or reject. I can say human approves this step. And so now I can put, if approves, let me go and end it. If rejects, let me go here and end it. End. If I go preview, I can now see that if I ask it, what's your return policy? What it's doing is that it's calling the company chatbot. So again, it is going left to right because that's how agents work, even in this case. Then it's giving us the reasoning and the conclusion. And now you can see that it's talking to this step. And I get the message, human approves the step. I can either approve or reject. If I approve, then it goes down this way. If I reject it, it would have gone down this way. So this is great because then you can have a step for the AI agent or for someone to approve or reject based on the answer. And maybe you can loop back to here and loop back again until it's approved. So that right there is how you can build these AI agents on this platform right here. But as you can see, we're quite limited to the amount of things that we can add to this system, right? We can use code, but again, most of us don't code. So that's out of the question. But we don't have any apps. We just have the MCP. So that's a limiting sort of thing, but also when you know how to use MCPs is actually very, very good. And the logic is limited, and we're basically limited to the few features that this OpenAI agent has, but it's normal considering that this just came out a few days ago. All right, and now that we have built our first AI agent, all we have to do is publish. I can name this AI agent customer support. Publish this. It's published. And now we can see that we have the option to use ChatKit and to use Agents SDK. Now, ChatKit will be if you want to integrate this within a chatbot, maybe within your website or your store. And Agents SDK will be the code version of this. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to get into details of how you can actually deploy this on ChatKit or Agents SDK, as that's a whole nother different video. But just know that this is possible right here. And if you're still here and asking yourself, is this free? Is this paid? Well, here's what OpenAI has to say about the pricing. So the pricing, the billing begins on November 1st, 2025, and no charges will apply before then. The usage meter will be storage for ChatKit file image uploads because of the fact that these AI agents only work on chat, right? Compared to n8n that you can have different kinds of inputs and then send it to the AI agent. In this case, OpenAI's AI agents only work if you text them, right? Like an AI agent chat feature. The free tier per account per month is 1 GB. So this is the storage. The price beyond the free tier will be 0.1, so 10 cents, gigabytes per day. And the thing that's always going to be free is the agent builder. So designed to iterate with zero cost until you hit run. So the self-host, we can use ChatKit and that will be free as well. And enterprise controls as well. And if you're someone who's been wanting to learn AI automation but does not know where to start, then make sure to check out the first link down below, which takes you to my free school community. You can go to the classroom section, go to the AI Automations 101 course, which is a very comprehensive course that takes a real beginner in AI automation to someone who's actually able to build automations for themselves or for other businesses. But disclaimer here, we don't accept everyone. As you can see, we have over 1,000 people who are still on the waiting list. So if you want to apply, please make sure you put some thoughts into your answers, and I'll see you in the inside. All right, so now you got to see exactly how the Agent Kit feature works, how you can set it up. And now for the question you've all been waiting for, what does this mean for platforms like Make.com and N10? In my opinion, from what I've seen so far, it means nothing, right? We just have a new tool and new software where we can build AI agents in, but it doesn't actually impact the way that we build automations or AI agents within N10 or Make.com. I still believe that N10 is the most powerful platform to build agents in as of right now. But of course, things can change. It feels like there's a new feature coming out every single day and new software as well. So you never know if something's gonna actually kill all these platforms tomorrow. So we'll see. But as of right now, in this moment in time, as I'm making this video, I don't think it means anything for these platforms. But I do think that the fact that OpenAI did not add the choice of adding individual softwares to the actual workflow tells me enough about their vision on how MCPs are going to be changing the way that we build our AI agents. All right, and if you watched this far, then let me know in the comment section below what you personally think of this feature. Do you think it's something that we should be listening to, or is it something that's just overhyped, like most things in the AI space? And if you're someone who's been wanting to learn AI agents, but you're getting way too lost and way too overwhelmed, then make sure to check out this video on the screen where I give you a full tutorial on the AI agent fundamentals. With that being said, I hope you found value from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.